Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Now let's get it. I'm getting old. Words just jumbling. I so boom. The story of Hoodlife Vito. So I remember I was a huge Wusa fan, and I stumbled. You know, when you become a fan of a battle, you start watching all his battles. I stumbled. Yo, what's going on? I stumbled across Hood Life Vito versus Wusa, where somebody recommended it to me. I don't remember, but it was such a fire battle. They was wilding. You know what I'm saying? One of my favorite lines from Wusa in the battle was turn the fiend and the boy and the girl and the ladies and gentlemen. The way Doctor Battle Rap Doctor does the impression of that line is hilarious. But long story short, I thought Vito was incredibly fire. You know what I'm saying? I was like, whoa, who is this dude? You know what I'm saying? So I just kept in the back of my mind, like, yo, Hood Life Vito, definitely got to work with him eventually. So a little time goes by. I end up doing the Tay Rock versus Cuban battle, and I was in the building for that, right? So I pull up to the event. Y'all know how I went. I told the whole story, but one of the battles that was on the card was Zeke versus Hood Life Vito. And when I tell you that Hood Life Vito lost his damn mind in that battle, and it was live, I got to see it in person. I was like, yo, son, Vito is crazy. Like for me, it's like you see one battle, right? Like you get introduced to a battler and he has one good battle. So you're like, okay, bet everybody has a good one. But once you see them replicated a second time, nah, then you gotta inquire. As a sponsor, it's your job to inquire and say, hey, what's going on with this battler? He might be ready. You know what I'm saying? Ready to take it to the next level. And sometimes battlers just need that one opportunity. And that's where I come in at, where it's like, yo, maybe you've done real well on your home league, but you need like a major look, or you need whatever it is that you need that could take your brand to the next level. So I had seen the Wusa and Hood Life Vito battle online. Then in person, I seen Zeke versus Hood Life Vito. Pardon me. And Vito was crazy. He was wild and he had the building going crazy. Like if you was in the building, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That was just such a fire battle. So I let Kels know, yo, if ever there's a Vito situation, I'm down. You know what I'm saying? And we had built a rapport at that point. We had built some trust and battles had gone. You know what I'm saying? We made battles happen. So it was like what, fourth or fifth collab or something like that. So out the blue, Kels hits me. She's like, yo, Suge versus Hood Life Vito, homecoming. And homecoming is a big card. So I'm like, hell yeah, for OSBL, it's a big card. So I'm like, hell yeah. Okay, Suge versus Vito. That makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, bet. So, you know what I mean? Send that. She finds out what Suge charges, send that deposit through. Battle gets locked. And I'm hyped. You know what I'm saying? So finally the battle happens. And I can't remember where I was at. I think I was like, it was one of those days where I couldn't walk or whatever, however it go. But I wasn't feeling too good when the battle happened. But when the battle came out, I was able to peep it for myself, you know. But Vito didn't disappoint. Vito did his numbers, you know what I'm saying? And I was so happy. I was just happy to have been able to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's rare. So everybody can rap, right? But when somebody has a talent that's beyond just rapping, it's fire. But then when they're like a real individual on top of that, it makes it even more fire because it's like the real rarely win. I'm talking about real. Let me just break this down for y'all. There's for me. I don't know how anybody applies this, but there's real niggas and there's solid niggas. I'm a solid nigga, but I'm not a real nigga. A real nigga is somebody from birth to death, just real. You know what I'm saying? Just doing real gangster shit. Just a real nigga. You know what I'm saying? Start to finish. A solid nigga is somebody who uh, may have had a turbulent time, or may have been a snake at some point, and then kind of got himself together, or maybe they never had to prove that they were solid at any point in their life, and then they get into some situations and they become solid. However it go, solid is something that's learned. Real can't be learned. Is you either a real nigga from the start, or you know what I mean? So I'm a solid nigga. I had my time when I was a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so getting back to Hood Life Vito, where he comes from and what he represents is 100% authentic. He's him all the way through and through, and he got a good heart. You know what I'm saying? And it's like those kinds of people rarely win in this messed up world that we live in. So being able to create that opportunity, that just felt good. That was just good karmic points. You know what I'm saying? Like karma wise, that was a good move. Vito did his numbers. Suge did his numbers. That was officially my first time working with Suge, and it was my first time being able to lock in with Vito too. And so it was just like it was dope. It was a great opportunity. I appreciate Kels for putting me on. I appreciate Suge for looking out, and it was a good time. And if you haven't seen that battle, you should tap in. Homecoming is a dope event. I was mad I couldn't physically attend. I know for sure this was at a time where I couldn't really walk like that, so I knew I wasn't gonna be able to attend. Because at that time, remember, I was working Monday through Friday, and then weekends or whatever 2 days I took off, those are the 2 days for recovery. And then I also had to find time to be with my kids and take them to the gym, play basketball, do stuff. You know what I mean? So it's like whatever free time I had, it was clipped. The only thing I was doing was working and then being with the family, and I was heavy on that. Like that was such a big priority for me because I had just become their stepfather. So it's like whatever days that I could actually walk, it was super important for me to spend it with the family, you know? And so I found myself like partying less and just doing all the reckless stuff less and just really buckling down on being a good parent, you know? And, but I was super proud of that collaboration because it's like Vito represent the real and he's authentic and you know what I'm saying? So it's like seeing people like that win is always fire. Um, and salute to Shotgun Suge. He didn't have to take that battle. You know what I'm saying? So salute to Suge always creating opportunities for people. And salute to Kels masterminding everything, man. Battle rap, Kels is a blessing at battle rap. And it's crazy to me because like her job is very thankless and stressful. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like she's doing so much, creating so many opportunities for people. And it's like expected, you know, damn near expected at a certain point. Those who appreciate her, appreciate her. But she definitely does not get the rewards of that job to the degree that she should. You know what I'm saying? She's created a lot of opportunities for a lot of creatives. And on top of that, she was even mentoring me as a sponsor, like helping guide my path and like giving me advice and always available to me when I had a question. So it's like I got the utmost respect for Kels and admiration for what she does. And I strive to commit myself to my path in battle rap the way she commits herself to hers. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna get more into that the year after. But um again, like I said, Hoodlife Vito versus Shotgun Suge, co-sponsored by We the Fans. Super proud of that battle. Big salute to Hood Like Vito, salute to Kel, salute to OSBL. It's just one of them ones. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you tap in and check that out. And check out Vito's other battles. Vito versus Wusa. Vito versus Zeke. He's got some joints, man. Vito's one of them. Vito is one of them. Big salute to Hood Life Vito. Sky's the limit for you. Oh, and Hood Life Vito versus Bandit Montana just dropped. So go peep that. You know what I'm saying? Support the real. Support the real. That's an authentic voice in the culture. Support the real. Salute Hood Life Vito. I'm out of here. You heard?